I'm making this video to reach out for help.
Yeah, you're gonna need all the help you can get, my guy.
Hey yo, here we go. Light 'em up, boys. Rev those engines. Let's go. Revving the engines, here we go. Cruising around town with nowhere to go. Cruising around town, just me and my homies. Hitting up the drift scene, hitting up the drag scene. Doing everything that we gotta do to get our names known here in the street racing scene. Going fast this weekend, got that S15. Looking Leo down with that nice ass drift pack. Got the Lambo with the motherfucking underglow. Looking real mean, got that.
Shout out to Wance Chilkins for that beat, that bomb ass banger. That was Drift King. It totally was written by Wance Chilkins. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first of what I'm going to, I guess, consider mini videos on the Goblin, the quote unquote Goblin King of Akron, and the Drift King, as he likes to claim it. Even though we all know that's music biz, Marty. We are about to watch a video by a guy named Cyrax, a.k.a. Chance Wilkins, a.k.a. Metalcore Mania, a.k.a. DJ Otak, a.k.a. Shadowblade, a.k.a. this guy's got way too many fucking names, a.k.a. the Attic Dweller. Who is Cyrax? Let's start with that. Cyrax is a 32-year-old pedophile from Akron, Ohio. His real name is Chance Wilkins, and he's the best way I can explain him is he is a mentally disturbed person, or as he shall forever be known as the 43 of Lloyd Street, or the 43 of 339. But I guess that name's also taken by his grandma, aka his mom. But yeah, so where to start with him? He has the worst case of main character syndrome I've ever seen. He thinks that he is he's God's gift to Earth. He thinks that he is the most badass. He thinks he's the next Eminem. He thinks he's the next big F1 pro racer guy ever. He's in his mind is the best at everything you can do and everything he does. He thinks that he can sing in perfect pitch when he hears the tone on a keyboard, or on a not a keyboard but a piano. He thinks he is just the best of the best. But what he really is a 32-year-old pedophile that got caught in a sting by somebody named Masshole Reports. He is he's a 5 foot tall goblin that just kind of dwells in his grandma's attic, who tells everybody else to get jobs, even though he's never held a job that's made more than $116 over a 3-month period. He used to scrap, metal, and he thinks that's a viable source of income, and now he doesn't have to work. He raped a blind kid when he was in high school. What else has he done? I mean, there's so much. He's been caught talking to so many minors. He's an admitted hebephile, and for those that don't know, that is somebody who is addicted to or attracted to anybody between the ages of 11 and 15. He thinks the cutoff of, when you need to be attracted to somebody is 15 years old. He's a weirdo. He's currently in a court battle with a guy by the name of Aware of Myself. I can't find his socials, his social links anywhere. So if you just want to go to Google and type in "aware of myself," I'm sure he'll pop up somewhere. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. He, aware of myself, showed up at his house in Akron, Ohio, was on public property. Now, when in this video, you're going to hear Cyrax say a lot, saying that he was on. The guy came up to his house or came up to his door and knocked on the door. He was on his property, on the grass of his yard, like all this stuff just to make it seem like the guy was in the wrong. Chance doesn't realize that I guess the sidewalk is public property, and this guy went yesterday to the court hearing because he was arrested the 26th of last month. He had his court hearing yesterday, and instead of taking the plea deal of saying, from what I gathered, the plea deal was say you're guilty, you'll be good to go, and you won't be facing any time. They were in there for about 4 minutes, and they said that he is going to have to come back on the 22nd of next month to go ahead and begin a jury trial because his dumbass didn't take the plea deal. He thinks that everybody that isn't on his side is a troll, and he's, as you'll hear in this video, he says clearly that his own lawyer, or sorry, not even lawyer, public defender, is a troll because he won't listen to 7 years of, in Cyrax's eyes, mental anguish, and he's an idiot. Lo and behold, at the end of the day, idiot. So let's go ahead and get into this. Look at the scabs on his head.
I am currently being set up by a bunch of internet trolls and the Akron Police Department. I need outside help because my public defender is not a good defender at all. I have video evidence that he is refusing to look at.
The reason he's refusing to look at a Cyrax is because you are trying to show him 7 years of quote unquote bullying. And he literally is on this case as a public defender specifically for this case. He doesn't give a fuck about the trolling before this. He's not an actual attorney or lawyer that is there to go ahead and try to disprove the fact that you're or try to prove the fact that you're in the rightness and that you've done nothing wrong. And he's literally here for the fact that you assaulted somebody that had a sign on a public easeway and decided to use a bat against them.
Long story short, what happened about 3.5 weeks ago, an internet troll by the name of Aware of Myself, whose real name is Joseph Lawson,
shout out
came
Joseph,
to my house, incited a riot on my property. He gathered up 8 of my neighbors from down the street, brought them here, and incited a riot on our property. My family told him to leave several times. He would not leave. But he would not leave at all. So I went out there with a baseball bat and I gave him a fair warning to leave our property or I would swing.
And then you attacked him on public property. Okay, so he says that this guy gathered up 8 of your neighbors. No, your neighbors saw that there was a guy outside of your house with a sign, and they came on there for their own volition, and the guy wasn't doing anything wrong. He was protesting on a sidewalk, and in everybody's eyes, he's in the right because you are a child predator, and I think your neighbors need to know
that at him. Because here in Ohio we have what's called castle laws and stand your ground laws.
It's called castle doctrine.
And when he would not leave our property, I was exercising those rights. Because he was putting our family in danger.
You're putting your own family in danger. Get off the internet, bitch.
He had our neighbors getting in our faces. He was getting in our faces. He was getting in my face. This man literally walked up to our door, knocked on our door and trespassed
Show proof.
onto our property.
Show proof that he was on your property.
The cops were called frantically to try to get him away from our property. He would not leave. When I swung the baseball bat at this man to get him off our property, he caught the baseball bat with his hand and stepped onto public property. When the police arrived, they questioned him. They said something to him. Like, asked him what was going on. This man only gave his name, his first and last name, but that's it. This man did not give them any more info. He only gave his first and last name.
Okay, so the guy recorded the entire situation. He recorded when he arrived, and he recorded when you came out with the baseball bat, and never once in any of those videos did he ever step on your property. If you have proof of that, instead of, doing this, which, by the way, please go off the internet, that would solve this entire situation, but you're setting yourself up for failure because you're a fucking dumbass. But yeah, no, like, show proof. You've refused to do that, apparently, and it's not that hard, Cyraxx. Just show proof.
This man showed up to my house with his whole face covered, like he was wearing
He was wearing a t-shirt.
Almost like what you would call a Taliban mask or a ninja mask of some sort.
A ninja. He was wearing a t-shirt wrapped around his fucking face.
This man, prior to him showing up, made threats about coming here to my family and doing harm to me. This is the same man that a few months prior shot a bullet through my window and tried to kill me. Why?
So now you're blaming him for the bullet that came through your window 3 months ago. Again, produced evidence of that bullet. It must have been one of those magical ice bullets. Everybody, if you don't know, there was a video. He was doing a live stream. Cyraxx was, and at some point during that live stream, you heard a snap in the background. His sheet on it, or the blanket on his bed, decided to jump. And he's claiming that that's somebody shot through his window. There's no proof of any of that happening. The little proof that he did show was like a very tiny, tiny hole in the window or windowsill, but the hole is like kind of square. I don't know how that works. So if he if he did shoot that bullet, which he didn't, he had nothing to do with that. That whole situation, that was all a mouse or rat trap. Then there should be proof in your bed. There should be some type of bullet lodged in your bed. Everybody's told you to cut that bed open. Do it. You're sleeping on an air mattress now because your ex-girlfriend didn't, when you wanted to come up, she didn't want you to be there unless you got rid of the bed bugs. Your bed's covered in bugs. You're covered in roaches. Like, just cut open the bed. You're not going to use the bed anymore. Cut it open. Get the bullet out. All you got to do is show proof. It's not that hard, but you refuse to.
While I was on a live stream, the police came out here next day and did not do anything about it.
Yes, they did. They took the report.
They refused to take the bullet out, and they refused to do anything about it. A couple months later, I was assaulted by a man by the name of Nicholas Beegler, AKA Music Biz Marty, on YouTube.
Shout out Music Biz Marty.
And they still did
Guy's
nothing
a
about
legend.
it. My nose was busted from here down.
Yeah, it was.
Where it wasn't broken, but it was bloodied up.
You charged him on your property, or on his property, because he was there renting an Airbnb. And he beat your ass. And then took your crown, quote unquote, King of Akron, right? I don't know any kings that would let somebody just take their crown like that. And yeah, you got your ass beat. Plain and simple.
I had a large cut right here.
Don't talk no shit, it won't be no shit.
My nose was just gushing blood for hours. They still did nothing. And they did the same thing with this man. after this man harassed my family, I tried to show the cops, I tried to show the police that this man was making evidence, he had evidence.
Use your words. Come on, big guy.
That, well, not him, but I had evidence that he was planning on showing up here to do harm to me and my family.
Oh, was he?
They arrested me and hauled me off to jail and refused to see the evidence that I had.
Because there were witness statements.
They refused to see the evidence that I had.
The guy recorded the video. That's the evidence.
I got arrested and charged with simple assault. And as a result, I had to go to court yesterday. And I found out that if convicted, I could be facing up to 180 days in jail.
Let's hope so. Be off the internet for at least 6 months.
The police here are very corrupt. They really are.
No.
And
they're just trying to hear bullshit.
I need anyone's help that can please step up and help me put a stop to this corruption as I am being set up. The police here labeled me as a 43. They labeled my mom
43.
as a 43.
Your grandma, but sure.
Which here means mentally disturbed. The cops here were very quick to arrest me.
Good.
And
not quick enough.
This has been going on for almost 5+ years.
Yeah, see, not quick enough.
This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not me pulling some sort of prank because I supposedly hate cops. No. This is very real. The cops here are corrupt. I have been bullied and cyberbullied for over the last 5.5 years.
You have called the cops 119 times, Cyrax. Actually, as of this video, I'm pretty sure it's about 130 now. That's the reason they don't like you. It's because you're wasting police resources on nothing. On absolutely nothing.
Every time we call the police to ask for help, they don't do anything. They give us the runaround. They give me and my family the runaround of, oh, there's nothing we can do. Stay off the internet. Get off the internet. Get off the internet. Oh, change your phone numbers.
Let's do some simple math here, Cyrax. You're being bullied by everybody online. Your problem is online. What's that mean? How do you solve that? Get off the fucking internet. Listen to the cops, all right? Listen to your landlord. Your landlord is about to evict your fucking family, and you're blaming it on all the trolls. It's your fault. Get off the fucking internet. That's all you have to do, and this whole situation stops. That's it.
Do this, do that, but none of that does any good. These people that have been bullying me and my family and harassing us have stolen stuff from our property. These people have done things such as, like I said, stealing stuff from our property. They tore down our back fencing, which the police tried to blame me for. They tried to say that I'm the one that's setting all this up.
You are.
And if you guys would like to look for yourselves, if you guys go to William Gloryhole's YouTube channel and look at the body camera footage,
shout out William Gloryhole.
Irrefutable evidence showing that the police have blatantly made fun of me. The police have blamed me for all this stuff going on. They have basically refused us any form of help.
His hand is so weird shaped.
They basically refuse to stop helping us.
Because you're wasting their fucking time.
And I need anyone's help out there that can please help me put a stop to this corruption.
No, nobody wants to help you put a stop to this.
A friend of mine who's a former police officer.
Because you're the problem. And your friend who's a former police officer, I already know what you're going to say. He said that he's in the, I'm in the right. This, that. No. Your friend who's a fucking police officer is just as idiotic as you are then.
Who said the same thing. That almost over 100 people that have reached out to me and supporters of mine and fans of my work have said to
maybe
me
2 fans. Maybe.
that I did not deserve to get arrested.
You deserve
that
every bit of what happened.
Came here and harassed my family.
On public property outside of my house. He came and harassed me and my family. Then don't go outside, Cyrax. But you need to go ahead and, be the center of attention, this, that, and the other. And so, yeah, your main character syndrome is showing. Nobody gives a fuck about you because you are a habitual liar. You're a pedophile. Hell, my fucking mother absolutely despises you. We watch every video every day. And it's just nothing good comes from you at this point. It's always bad because you are a horrible fucking person.
When me and my family went down to court today for the pretrial, my public defender blatantly refused to look at the video evidence and the photo evidence of this man on live stream waving around a semi-automatic rifle, gloating about how he was proud of what he did.
I know what video you're talking about. He was on a live stream with somebody at the night that he beat, he tried to beat him with a baseball bat. And you're trying to say there's no video of him waving around an automatic weapon. If there is, post a link somewhere. Let somebody see it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
How if he couldn't get me on some fake pedophile shit, he was going to get me for assault.
You sent a picture of your dick to a 14-year-old after they told you they were a 14-year-old and then kept going. You literally sent her a message after you sent that, after she told you two messages before that she was 14 years old. You responded with, "Your turn, cutie."
And my public defender refused to look at the video footage that I've put together over the last 3 weeks.
Because there's a million different angles and views of what happened. That's all they need to see.
On a USB stick to hand to him. He blatantly told us that he's not going to look at any video evidence, but only paper evidence.
Because he doesn't get paid enough for that shit.
And that he only wants to focus on the simple assault. He's not worrying about the trolling or the bullying or what started all this.
Because he's a fucking public defender. That's his job, is to worry about the case that he is currently fucking proceeding over. This has nothing to do with the 7 years of trolling that you quote unquote have gone through. Any of that. You set yourself up for failure every time, Cyrax. This is your fault.
That's why I need help from outside states. I need somebody out there who knows a lawyer who is, we don't have money like that.
We're going to skip through this. He's pretty much just asking for a fucking, either A, pro bono lawyer, or B, a lawyer that's, going to help him for virtually free. So shut the fuck up. You're not going to get it. Here you go.
That is willing to work with us, not a fake troll who is willing to work with us, but to also put a stop to this corruption until my next court date. I need help. My family needs help. This is not a joke. This is not me saying, "Oh, look at me, play pity party." No. The police here do not like me because a couple years ago...
That's exactly what this is. It's a pity party. You're hoping that somebody out there will be, "Oh, I'm sorry that, you're going through this, little goblin. Here, let me help you out." That's exactly what this is. It's a fucking pity party.
I called them out for not doing their job. Because they were making fun of me. They were harassing me. They didn't take what I was saying serious. So I'm asking
Nobody should.
anybody out there who knows somebody that might, or someone of that nature, like, you guys are more than welcome to contact Facebook. You guys can call my number at 23. My family.
He's gonna dox
help.
himself.
Please, someone help me put a stop to this corruption.
All right, we're gonna stop it there because it's literally going to be the next 2 minutes is literally just going to be him repeating the same shit he said, this entire video. That's all his videos ever are, is him repeating the same thing. Like, okay, at the end of the day, Cyraxx, you set yourself up for failure. This is you. You did this. Not anybody else's fault. You're a pedophile. You deserve everything that's coming your way. All right. On that note, we're going to go ahead and end the video here. Cyraxx is an idiot. Fuck you, you pedo. You're getting everything you deserve. And shout out to, let's see, Music Biz Marty, William Glory Hole, Adentium, Smokey MCC, and Fed Smokers, Fed Smoking Fiend, Dust Smoking Hippies, and anybody else who, puts out videos to, keep us going. Oh, yeah, and N-Word Boy. N-Word Boy is the guy who actually we're watching. This is on his channel right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you are happy, if you're happy with what I did here, if you're, if you want more, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and also give this video a like. I've been Dirty Heretic, and I'm out.